If you've been thinking about going solar, then you probably heard about the new federal tax credit for residential solar systems, but you might have some questions about all the details of that. And so in this short video, I'm going to give you a quick overview, and I'm also including the link here to the fact sheet that was developed by the Solar Energy Industry Association. So this is a nice resource that you can dive in for more details. I need to say I'm not a tax professional. I'm not a legal professional. This isn't that kind of advice. I'm just sharing with you what I know. You would definitely want to consult your own tax professionals for your situation. All right. That said, let's go ahead and dive in. So the thing that we're covering is what homeowners need to know about the federal solar tax credit for residential solar energy systems. There is other information about other tax credits out there, but this is something that was referred to in Section 25D of the Inflation Reduction Act. All right, so the first thing to know is that the new amount is 30%. And this is the highest that it has been. And you can see that this is going to last for all the way through the end of 2032. So it was a 10-year time frame. So that's awesome. That gives a lot of certainty for solar companies and homeowners alike. But so that's the big news is it's now 30%. And so what is actually covered? The main things is it covers the solar panels and everything that is required, the inverters, the batteries, and even if you go with solar shingles or something like that, that is all covered. New information, something new in the Inflation Reduction Act starting in 2023 is that batteries are now also covered with this Inflation Reduction Act, the 30% tax credit. So that's super exciting. All right, so the next thing is, all right, so if you purchase your system flat out or with cash or you use a solar loan, then you are eligible for this 30% tax credit. However, if you decide to go with a lease or a power purchase agreement, you personally will not be in charge of applying for that credit, getting it, applying it to your loan, if that was your plan. Instead, your installer will get a similar tax credit and be able to pass those savings on to you. So when you're getting ready to look at financing, you don't need to worry too much if it's loan or lease because the payment should be lower whether the installer takes it and passes it on or whether you take it directly. You know, it's more effort for you to file your taxes, claim that, get that tax credit than it is to take the benefit if you do a lease or PPA. However, of course, if you do the loan or the cash, you have more control over getting that. The next thing is that let's say that you have a joint occupancy home, if you own that, co-own it with someone other than your spouse, then you would need to divide that credit with the co-owner. So what kind of homes are eligible? Well, it needs to be a residence that's used by you. It doesn't necessarily need to be your primary one. So it could be your second home. It could be a houseboat, mobile home, co-op, condominium, anything that conforms to this federal manufactured home, if it is a manufactured home, construction and safety standards. But let's say that you own a home, you own your first home, and then you move to a second home and you're renting out the first one would not be, that rental is not eligible for this credit unless you're actually living there. All right, well, let's say that you run a daycare out of your home or you have your office out of your home. Can you still take this residential tax credit? So you can still claim it if your residence is used for some business purposes. And so it just depends how much. If more than 80% is for non-business, then you get the full credit. So that means 20% of your space is for your business. Otherwise, you'd have to do a reduced credit based on that amount of space. When can you claim the credit? Well, for systems installed on existing homes, let's say that you go solar in 2023. So then when you file your taxes in 2024, that's when you would claim that tax credit. A few months later, you'd get that back. And then you could apply that to your loan or however you're going to use that. The other thing that I wanted to say about this is that the question comes up, is this a tax credit or is it a tax deduction? So it's a credit. And if you, let's say that you're a retired couple, you're not paying taxes on your income now because you don't really have much income. Well, in that case, then the tax credit would not benefit you very much. Let's say you bought a $30,000 solar system, 30% of that is $9,000. So you have a tax credit of $9,000. But if you're not paying that amount to the government in your taxes, that's really not of benefit to you. So that's why some retirees choose to go with a lease or a power purchase agreement, a PPA instead. But let's say that you do have some income, but maybe you can't claim that credit all in one year. Well, you can spread that out over multiple years, and so that's a great thing. So if you can't take that entire credit, let's say in that example, $9,000, maybe you're not paying $9,000 a year. If that's the case, then you could spread it out 5,000 one year, 4,000 the next, or however it works for you. There is a form. So how do you claim the tax credit? There's a form 5695, and you can go to the IRS for more details about that. And there's some other helpful links here if you want to dive in for more information. But I would say that if you do want to look at this fact sheet from the Solar Energy Industries Association is a great place to start. And then you can talk with your solar provider and to get the actual numbers for your home, and then speak with your tax professional of how this would apply and what would be the best option for you. All right, I hope that was helpful. My name is Joan Gregerson. I'm an independent solar consultant, and my mission is helping people make a positive eco impact with their homes. If there's anything that I can do to help you go solar, to help you transform your home, your community, please reach out. You can go to my website, climateactionhomes.com, and book a call, or call me, text me. And with that, I'm signing off, and I will see you on the next episode of Climate Action Homes.